Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. We are back with our pea plant here, and today we are going to try and harvest some pods off of this plant, and hopefully the peas inside, we can use them for pea seeds. We've got pea pods at a variety of different developmental stages, and I'm going to try and germinate all of them to figure out when exactly we can harvest peas for seed and when it's too early. So let's take a look at this plant here. It's been 77 days since I first started the seed of this plant. I've gotten a number of pods off of it. And at this point, we've got a variety of pods at different stages. We're eating what's left that's good. And the rest here, we're going to attempt to take seeds from. The first pod we'll test does not look like something you'd want to eat. It's really old and dried out. It's kind of wilting away. And this is actually perfect when we're looking to get seeds out of our pods. The peas inside of this pod are going to be fully developed, and the pod is wilting away because the plant is trying to drop these seeds and get rid of them. It's done all it has to do. These seeds should germinate really quickly and grow into strong plants. To illustrate this, I'm going to take this seed and give it access to water and Grodan. And then we'll compare how quickly this plant grows compared to the other seeds we'll take from other pods. Our second attempt here is also very dried out. You can see that the shell of the pod is almost a bit translucent, and it's really beginning to shrink around those peas, which are at the maximum size they're ever going to be. The third pod that I'll test is considerably younger than the last two. It appears to be drying out along the outer edges of the shell, but there is still quite a bit of color and life left in this pod. These peas might still be a little too young to germinate and grow, but we'll give it a try. Next up is an even younger pod. You can see a lot of color in this pod here. It looks quite vibrant and healthy. The pod is still very flexible and malleable, as opposed to just a dried up shell like we saw earlier. These seeds are likely not going to germinate and are still too young. And for our last attempt, I've got a really young pod here. You can see the peas in here are super small, very underdeveloped. Really don't expect anything to come of this, but thought it would be worth a try. And we're back now just 2 days later. You can see how well 2 of these peas have sprouted. The roots on them look great for just 2 days of growth. However, it doesn't look like any of our other peas are going to grow, and I'm not sure that they ever will. If you recall, those 2 peas on the left came from pods which were very dried out and shriveling up. You want to make sure that if you're harvesting for seed, those pods are super old and almost look like they're dead. Now that we know which pods are going to create viable seeds, it's time to store the seeds. I've left all of these peas in a net cup for about 2 days to give them time to dry out. The net cup allows for a lot of airflow and ventilation to help that process without my peas being able to roll around and get lost. All that's left now is to store these seeds in a cool, dry place. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and good luck if you're growing peas and trying to harvest seeds. Let me know in the comments below how it works out for you guys. Happy harvesting!